Hi everyone and welcome to part 1 of this tutorial for absolute beginners. First of all, congratulations on your choice to start learning Python. It is a great language and you will have a lot of opportunities with it. Let's just kick it off with probably the most fundamental of all the fundamentals, if I am allowed to say so, the strings. So what is a string? Strings are basically a sequence of characters or an array of characters surrounded by either double or single quotation marks. What does that mean? That means that this is a string and this is a string. As you can see, here are single quotation marks, here are double quotation marks. That doesn't make any difference. The most common is probably the single one, but I actually prefer using the double one just because of the layout of my keyboard. Just a little good to know if you want to write a string with quotation marks in them, like for example, he said I am 60 years old. You can see there is going to be some mistake here because Python thinks that the string ends after this one. So what to do then? There are several ways to do that, fix that, but we will go with the easy one here. If you are going to use double quotation marks within the string, then use single quotation marks surrounding the string. So he said, I am 60 years old. Now this is allowed. As you can see, we used single quotation marks surrounding the string and also double inside. There are, as I said, other ways and more maybe nicer ways to do it, but we will get into that a bit later. A bit more about strings. Strings are immutable. That means that once they are written, they cannot be changed. You can never change a string. You can make copies, of course. So if we, for example, do this, hello plus there, which is two strings, this will create a copy of these two strings and they will bind them together. This is easier to see if we assign them to a variable. So we will do hello and b will equals there. Now we can take a plus b. And then we can take, for example, just a again, which is hello, and b, which is there. So here we can see it made a copy of these two strings here, a plus b, but string a is still the same and string b is still the same. Thereby they are immutable. If you want to convert something into a string, if, for example, you have the price of something, you use the string method. So we can, for example, say that bananas, they are equal to $2. So bananas equals 2, and then we want to write the price of bananas is. And then if we do this plus bananas, we will get an error because we cannot combine strings and numbers like that. So what we will have to do is the price for bananas plus, and then we have to do string, and here we will put bananas, and then we get the price for bananas is $2 or dinaros or whichever currency you prefer. So the string method there, converting that number into a string. We can also slice within strings. So if we will say that we will assign it to a variable, a is now equal to, he said it was a really nice day. He was lying. So if you want just the first character there, we will take 0 within brackets, and that will give us the output of just the first character. If we want, for example, the second to the 17th character, we will do this. And the second, that will be number 1, because it starts at 0. Important to remember that almost everything starts at 0. And we want the 17th, so we will type 18 there because this will go all the way up to number 18, but not including 18. E said it was R. Perfect, that's string slicing for you. Let's go through some of the most common string methods. Now we have this string assigned to the variable a, so we will continue to work with that. We have the upper method, which displays all the character in upper case. So he said it was a really nice day. He was lying. We have lover, which displays, that was upper again, sorry. We have lover, which displays everything in lowercase. And we have title, so a.title, that displays it as a title. So every first letter of every word is, there's some more space here, is in uppercase. So if you are creating a title, that would be perfect. We can also split the string, so a.split, and we want to split it at the blank spaces. There it splits up the different substrings here. He said it was a really nice day. He was lying. So these are basically just copies and small substrings of that string. You can also split it as at the real character. Remember that the blank space is always counting as a character. So a split, we want to split it at every E. See what happens now. Some more space here again. Said it was a Alinistai was lying, or something like that. We also have the length function, so len a, and this will give us the length of the string. So this string is 46 characters, and that includes all the white space and the spaces within the string. If you want to replace something, then we can do a.replace, and we want to replace the e's, and we want to replace them with, just to make it visible here, we will take x. And here you can see all the e's are now replaced with x's. He said it was I'm even going to pronounce that. And then we can do strip, for example. A strip removes all white spaces from the beginning or the end of the string. This has no white space, so we will make a new one. He said, hello. Now if we just take a, you will see all these white spaces here. But if we do this, a.strip, he said, hello. We've now removed all the white spaces. This is the most fundamental about strings. There is a lot more to learn about them, so check out the documentation. Hopefully with this little piece of knowledge you just got from this video, you will feel a bit safer to read a bit more about it and learn a bit more in detail. If this was helpful, then perhaps give me a thumbs up. And of course, if you have any question about strings, please feel free to ask them in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. In the next video, we will start discussing, or I will start, there is basically no discussion, I will start talking about numbers in Python. So there is a lot of more exciting stuff coming up. So I hope to see you then.